Hi, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Nolan Pratt of Shelley Automation. I'm the Cognex ID and Vision Sensor Product Manager. Today I'm going to be talking about the DataMan 262X from Cognex. Cognex is a world leader in machine vision with 35 years of experience and over 1 million systems deployed around the world. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the power and versatility and ease of use of this product. As you can see, it comes in a very compact package, and essentially what they've done is jammed in 35 years worth of experience in order to give a product that has fantastic image formation, very powerful algorithms, the best on the market, but at the same time is very easy to use. And then what I want to do at the end of the presentation is just draw your attention to a lab kit offer that we're sharing that's approximately 75% off the full price if you were to buy all the pieces separately. And what that'll do is it'll allow you to test your applications on your own in your own lab so that you can be sure that when you're buying the reader that it will be able to read the codes in your facility that you need it to read. So everybody says that they're the best, but I want to show you today and prove to you why Cognex really is the best product that you can buy. So the first thing that really sets us apart, we're very proud of our hardware, but it's actually the algorithms. The algorithms that Cognex builds and designs are the most powerful on the market. Algorithms such as Hotbars 2, which lets us read down to very small pixels per module, let us read very damaged codes, sometimes with lines right through them, out of focus, blurred. All these different things that can happen to codes when it comes time to read them. 1D codes in particular with hotbars can be read very well, give you very high read rates. As well for 2D codes, we offer 2D Max plus Power Grid. And I'll explain in a little bit how Power Grid sets us apart from all other competitors in the codes and the poor quality of codes that exist out there that we can still read very reliably. The second thing that really sets us apart is the modularity of the product. It is field configurable to either a 90-degree or we can leave it in the straight configuration. Now you'll notice that the lighting on this is a little bit different. This is actually the same imager, but our Insight 2000, which is now an entry-level Insight product designed for very low-cost vision applications, sensing applications. So I won't get into that too much, but please, if you have any vision applications, come talk to me after the demonstration. Now, as far as versatility and modularity, we offer two lens options. One is called Image Max, and what that is a 16mm lens with a very high-powered LED, and also autofocus. And you can also choose between polarized or non-polarized. As well, we offer a 6mm lens as well. This one is more for long distance applications where you really need to light it and keep a small field of view as you pull away from the code that you're reading. This one would typically be used a little bit closer in, give you a little bit bigger field of view, and one of those is probably right for your application. The third thing I want to point to is just the simple ease of use. If you have a very straightforward application, you just want to read the data string, send it out, put a simple trigger, you can actually set this up with the push of one button, either on the reader physically or in the setup tool. And I'll show you that as well very shortly. And the last thing I want to point to is just the support that you get in the partnership between both Cognex and Shelley. Both companies employ application engineers, sales engineers, inside support. We can do feasibilities to make sure that the equipment you get works right out of the gate the way you need it to, and provide post-sales support as well. So let's get into the demonstration. And what I want to demonstrate first is just how easy this is to set up. So let me grab an image. And as you can see, this is basically an out-of-the-box setting. We're seeing our image, it's fuzzy, but let me show you how easy it is to tune it and to get the most performance out of this reader. So a simple click of the tune button What it's going to do now is first it's going to run through the autofocus and find that optimal focus so we can get a nice, clear, crisp image. The second thing that it's going to do is then work through the 4 LEDs, both the intensity of them and different combinations in order to get the right brightness. And it'll also tune such things as the gain and the exposure in order to give you the best image formation. So if we give you the most powerful algorithm, but give you a very good image, it's just win-win. We're trying to hit that 100% read rate, and this is the key to doing it. Fantastic image formation, and then hit it with that algorithm. So now you can see it's charting very high in the score, well above the decoding threshold, and it's giving me a good output. So now I can read this code. So let's actually put it in test mode for a moment. So it's reading this code. This is a good code. I mean, anybody's going to read this code. But let me explain what's going on here when you're talking 2D codes, because this is the prevalent code now that we see, especially in automotive. It's now going into food and many other areas. You've got a finder pattern, which is the solid modules on 2 sides, and that helps the algorithm typically find and scan. Then you've got a clocking pattern, which basically identifies the density of that code, and then at least 1 module width of quiet zone around. This is what a typical algorithm needs to read. But what happens if any of those are damaged? If we were to introduce quiet zone damage, we're going to continue to read. If we were to introduce finder pattern damage, here we remove the finder pattern, still reading. How about clocking pattern damage? It's still going to read. And now we've removed both the clocking pattern and the finder pattern. And you know what? We can even introduce a small amount of damage into the corner and it's still going to read. How are we able to do that? Through Power Grid. Power Grid no longer works using the finder pattern. It works from the center out. And with the error correction that's built into a 2D code so that your misread rate is 1 in 10 million. You either get a good read or you get no read at all. It hits that 30% error correction, takes advantage of all that. It's still giving you a reliable output with lots of damage to that code. What I want to do is then show you just how good this Image Max imager is. And I'm going to demonstrate a very small code. So here's a 6 mil code, 5 mil code, and even down to a 4 mil code. Look how tiny that is. But let's not neglect the 1D codes because they are still quite prevalent out there, and we have algorithms that read them very well. So I'm just going to throw some damage codes in front of here. Let's just blow this guy up a little bit so we can see what's going on. We've got illumination spots, inverted. Here's a really noisy card. Those bars are really hard to pick out, but hot bar, of course, has to be in the field of view to read. That's only fair. Hot bars 2 does a fantastic job working through all these difficult codes to read. Here's a code that would never be read by a laser scanner. It's got damage through it, never be read. So just to recap, we have the strongest algorithms that allow us to read codes that nobody else can read. We have a very modular project that's field interchangeable in order to get the best image formation to then take that much better use of the algorithms. Ease of use, and as well, great support between Shelley and Cognix, our field engineers, sales engineers, everything you need to be successful. And please take advantage of this offer, 75% off, and you get our best 262 reader, along with cables, lighting, everything you need. Thank you very much, and please let me know if you have any questions.